Hey guys, and welcome back to Bixby's Beer Reviews. Great to see you again. Today we're going to be checking out a wonderful beer to have in your toolkit for all your outdoor summer activities. Goes great at the barbecue. Wonderful to have in your backpack if you're out hiking around. Talking about Helles Lager. Helles Lager, it's originally a German style, but you can find it brewed just about everywhere. Today specifically, we're going to be talking about Park Pass. Park Pass is the Helles Lager that comes to us from the good folks at Front Royal Brewing Company out in Front Royal, Virginia. Of course, Front Royal, the gateway to the north end of the Shenandoah National Forest, and I believe the Washington Jefferson National Forest too. It's a beautiful part of the Mid-Atlantic region I call home. Lovely place I love to visit. A wonderful place to have beers. If you're going through Front Royal, you got to stop off and check these guys out because they got all the stuff you need to throw in your pack. They do some great West Coast stuff, some great porter, but their Park Pass is one of my favorites. Also, they got some of the best can art in the game. You can tell they're really picking up on the whole motif of our wonderful National Forest Service. And they do just some beautiful cans to look at. I know you can't taste the can, but you know what? It's a full aesthetic experience they got here. So again, this is Park Pass. This is their Helles Lager. And we're going to crack it open and take a look. So today I got a special glass, very near and dear to my heart. This one is from Fagan's Pub in Syracuse, New York, which I believe is still there. It was one of my watering holes back in college when I was at Syracuse University. Probably, if not the first place, one of the very first places I ever actually had craft beer. They gave me this stein for drinking a number of craft beers. I'm not going to tell you how many. But you'll also notice that much like the time that we had Pilsner last week, it's a very narrow stein with a narrow end at the top because much like Pilsner, Helles Lager, very highly carbonated and tend to be very refreshing, so you don't want to lose those bubbles. So let's take a look. Perhaps even more so than Pilsner, Helles Lager is always going to be a crystal clear beer. It's lagered, it gets all of the little bits of protein and sediment and other stuff out of there to get you just this beautiful beer. And you can tell how well carbonated it is just by looking at it. A nice little persistent fluffy head here too. Again, the folks at Front Royal do a great job with the carbonation on their lagers, and they always get these beautiful looking beers. So that's what it looks like. Let's give it a smell. So again, we're gonna, a consistent theme we're gonna have today is we're gonna contrast this with the German Pilsner that we tried earlier. And what you notice here is you still get a very strong lagery malt aroma, but it's a little different in that you're getting a little bit more of the sweetness of Pils malt. To me, it's almost a little bit like Rice Krispie treats, or like a cereal, not a sugary cereal, but like, you know, one of those kind of slightly more healthy kids cereals. Again, it's just sort of a sweet note, although you still do get that nice aged lagers. I think much less of a hop aroma here. I'm getting just a little bit of noble hop, but even here it comes across as a little bit more flowery. Again, kind of like a wildflower aroma as opposed to the spiciness and the peppery kick that we get from a lot of German Pilsners and these little more noble hops towards the end of the boil. So that's what it looks like. That's what it smells like. Let's give it a taste. Wonderful, and again, thirst quenching. I have to say, I know you are not supposed to drink beer if you were dehydrated, but yeah, I gotta say it's like seawater. It's just too good when you've been outside on a hot day like I have. But again, let's compare this to the German Pils, because I think that really will give you an idea of what the difference is for getting a Helles Lager. So when it comes to a really good German Pils, like the one we had last week from Ardent Craft Ales, you're talking all about balance. You want to have a balance between the lagered malty flavor and the more the hoppy, the noble hop kind of spicy flavors. You want to have balance between the malty sweetness and the hop bitterness in the flavor, and you want to have a kind of a medium body. You want it to sort of fill your mouth up and not be too heady like a stout, and conversely not light like a Belgian ale. And so all the time, you know, you drink that and then you get that wonderful crisp finish that comes from the high carbonation and from the use of hops. Here, all that balance is tilted slightly in one direction. That direction is toward the malt. So instead of getting balance on the flavors, you're getting more of that kind of crackery, almost cereal malt sweetness, a little bit less hop flavor. You're certainly getting more malt and a lot less hop bitterness. This is not nearly as bitter as a German Pilsner is going to be. And then lastly, it's a little bit drier, a little bit lighter mouthfeel. It isn't quite as filling as a Pilsner can be. With that said, one thing does remain consistent, and this is also very highly carbonated. It has a very dry finish. So at the end of the day, a Pilsner, we love a crispy boy. They're very refreshing in the summer, but sometimes, you're going to be outside, or perhaps more like you're going to be at a barbecue and you're having really flavorful food, spicy food with a lot of sauce, and or like a hamburger cheeseburger, something where the subtleties of a slightly fancier beer are going to be lost. And so one of the things that you can do is you can grab one of these wonderful Helles lagers. This is a session beer. The Germans probably have some sort of funny word for it. I am going to try to figure out what that is. It is probably very long and I can't pronounce it even if I knew what it was. But this is a beer that you drink a lot of with a lot of friends, and it goes really well with strongly flavored food because, again, it's on the one hand, you're not missing out on so much flavor from like anything from New England IPA to again, even a Pilsner that has a little bit more complexity to it. At the same time, that dryness, that light finish, that carbonation, it's going to clean your palate up a little bit every time you take a swig. And so it gives you something to sort of, you can enjoy it for what it is, and it can also help you enjoy the food that you're having with it. So again, a great barbecue beer, a great lighter beer if you want something that's not so heavy, great lawnmower beer, as they sometimes call it, great backpacking beer, or again, just a beer you want to have if you're not looking to have something that's quite so heavy as a Pilsner. Because for this one, we're coming in only 5% ABV, pretty light, not something that's going to put you to sleep if you have it at lunch. So again, that's Park Pass from Front Royal Brewing. Love these guys. Love this beer. Really enjoy it. Love seeing you guys. Hope we'll see you again in the next episode. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And more than that, if there's a beer you want to see, put it down in the comments. Like I said, I will find anything and I'll try to drink the beer if I can find it. If I can't find it, I'll find the same style and I'll tell you exactly what I think about it. So thanks for joining me here on the BBR, and I'll see you next time.